And Lisa Spencer from the Indiana County Department of Human Services joins us on the line this morning. Our visit presented by Marcus & Mack, voted Best Law Firm and Best Personal Injury Lawyer 3 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online at marcusandmack.com if it's January. And if we're talking to Lisa, we must be ready to bundle up and get out for the point-in-time survey. Is that right?
That is absolutely right. Good morning to you and all your listeners. So upcoming on January 22nd into the morning of January 23rd will be our point-in-time count. This is mandated by HUD. Once a year, every county across the United States has to do this. Mm-hmm. Pennsylvania almost always chooses the fourth Wednesday of January, and here we are. So this will actually be Sheriff Fyox and this is our 11th year doing this together. So we've already had a meeting in December, and we have a really good core group of people and volunteers who are helping us to provide all the outreach right now. So you'll be seeing flyers up in different places, gas stations, on bulletin boards, anywhere the businesses, a lot of businesses are going to be getting these flyers, and they'll have the little clip tabs so you can just pull one off if somebody's in need of housing and number to call. We've also sent many surveys out to all over the county, to municipalities, boroughs, townships, to the police departments, fire departments, to the post offices, and all these different places. We've sent them to landlords. And so this is like a survey that they get, and then they return it to us saying if they've seen anybody out in the elements and they're in a bad situation where they shouldn't be outside in this type of weather. Mm-hmm. So we've gotten some responses already from those, and I had a good talk with a landlord yesterday with somebody that he was concerned about. So we're sending ICAP today out to go talk to the person that he's worried about. So that's what we do.
Well, I know that down through the years, the methods that you have used have changed because you want to find better ways to get information on homelessness in Indiana County. But those ways, do you think that they're successful, the way that you adjust so that maybe next year you can do this better or that better to get a more accurate count?
Yeah, I think that's a great question because every year we're trying to figure out how to increase our reach a little bit. So since I've been doing this, like I said, this will be my 11th year doing it. In the beginning, I just had to learn what we were doing, but then every year we expanded our reach and expanded our outreach, and so it's been really successful, I believe, because when Sheriff Fyox and I go and we talk to the different places on that evening, I mean, we can travel up to 135 miles. Like, usually we handle a lot of the bigger places, but we do have other drivers going out to other places during that night, and that's something that we haven't had in the past. So that started just a few years ago where people said, hey, we'd like to help and come on board and see if we can find anybody in, different places of the county, because obviously Sheriff Fyox and I can't do the entire county that night. Mm-hmm. And so every year you try to do something a little different. So this year we have two things that we kind of increased our impact. We worked with the Economic Center over with Planning and Development, and they had sent it out to it was a lot of people through email for these surveys. And it's a lot, even though it's a lot of businesses and landlords and different things like that, it's reaching people because they're responding. Mm-hmm. But the thing that I'm most excited about, we're working with EMA this year, and we are going to work with their drone operator. And the drone operator is going to come with us to try to help us get into some places that people are telling us there may be tents, but we can't find them because we can't see them. So we're going to try to implement the drone this year to see if we get any better results.
Nighttime drone, you mean?
Yeah, well, the drone can go 24 hours a day. So, so we'll be meeting down at at Sheets on 4th Street on January 22nd, and I'll have Shannon Kundla with me. She's with the Housing Authority, and she's just really interested to come and see what's happening that night. So I told her she could drive with me, and we'll have Sheriff Fyock in his car, and we'll have the drone operator coming along. So I think that's going to be very interesting for us. I don't know of many places that have done this before. It's just something that I've always wanted to do, and Tom Stutzman over at EMA was happy to help us out with that. So I'm pretty excited about that. We'll see what happens. We've actually received several calls from people indicating that they do know where some people are outside. Now, some of them have already been contacted with ICAP or different agencies, and they are choosing to be outside, which we have to respect, even though people don't understand that to them that doesn't make sense, because why wouldn't they want to go get warm and to have a roof over their head? But we have to respect people's choices as long as they're not causing harm to others or to his or herself. So
yeah. So point-in-time survey, it's actually a pretty important thing, and it's great that some folks have volunteered to come out and help out with that. Is there still an opportunity for people to do that?
Well, we're pretty much at a go mark, because we sent out an invitation to as many people as we could think of, and we have a good core group. So really, the outreach is what we needed a lot of help with. That's where you actually go and pound the pavement. You take these surveys and these pull tabs and different things, the flyers, and you interact with all of the businesses and try to explain to them, like what's happening, why we do this. If they ever come across somebody, where they need to send somebody to call for the phone number to ICAP. So we did that in December. We're meeting again here with that same group. I believe it's next week. And so then we'll kind of catch up with everybody and see how did we do with outreach, and let's get ready for the 22nd. They do have to watch kind of like an overview PowerPoint. It's mandatory on what to do that night, so we keep everybody safe. But the drivers that we have that are helping us, we're not asking them to go above and beyond. If they find somebody, they're just going to call Sheriff Fyock and myself, and then we'll be dispatched over to wherever somebody may be. So we'll take it over from there. And so we'll have Vicki Weaver from CYS on call that night. We'll have Vicki Allen with ICAP on call that night with us. And so we all just kind of work as a big, giant team. So we'll have, hopefully we'll have a couple of different apartments over at the emergency shelter that we use for ICAP. And CYS is able to put, if we find a family, that they're able to put them up in a hotel overnight until they can get services into the family the next day at the hotel and get them a better plan.
Nice.
So there's a lot of different pieces that are working behind the scenes on this, and it takes a lot of coordination, and I have to give a lot of credit to Maureen Pounds. She actually is the one who's disseminating all the information by emails, by hard copy mail, just to get it out to all the agencies. We've had this message go out, and if you're on a lot of different groups that you attend, I'm sure people are getting it, tenfold. But that's how much outreach we're trying to get, so everybody knows about what's coming up on January 22nd.
There you go. The point-in-time survey. Wonderful. What else is going on with Human Services? You have to tell me about the It's a Wonderful Life Festival. You had a couple of things that you put together in downtown Indiana, turned into pretty neat things, huh?
We had so much fun. We had so much fun over the holidays. So for 2 Saturdays, we had Santa's Spectacular Selfie Search. That went extremely well. I think I gave out over 160 copies of the little scavenger hunt that's uptown. And most people didn't have time to do it that day, plus it was pretty cold. But they had a lot of family coming in for Christmas, and they wanted to keep that so they could do a big Christmas family activity uptown, so that sounded fun. We were able to raise $112.30 for the Children's Advisory Commission just by donations only. That was just donations, and we were just making sure everybody had something fun to do up there. I was in the booth with Levity that day, and they were so much fun. Kristen and Luke were so much fun to be in the booth with, and so we really were able to interact with so many people. And then we had the evening one for the 21 and older event, the Blitzen Holiday Trivia Tour. That was hilarious. The teams showed up. They were, dressed up in their hats and their Christmas lights around their neck, and they were ready for some fun. And they were going to all the different places to solve 12 different puzzles. And we were able to come back. I graded all their papers, and we were able to have a team actually from Shaler and Hampton. They drove into Indiana. They come up here for our festival every year, and they drove in, and they actually won. So wow. they are going to get that really awesome prize. And with the Santa Spectacular Selfie Search, I have to really give a shout out to Carrie Rako. She gave us some zoo tickets, and we were able to supply seven different teams with some zoo tickets, and they were so excited about that. They were just really excited about getting zoo tickets, and so I think overall, really, really fun.
Well, there you go. Good stuff. Good stuff with Lisa Spencer and the Indiana County Department of Human Services. Hey, thanks for spending some time with us today. Appreciate that.
Yes, I'll talk to you next month. Have a great day.
You too. It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. Let's get our Money Matters report as we head toward Boomer Sports on the way.